cheers. This is Bob Cunningham, the ancient one. And what do I have here in my hand? This is a tool. It's a putter. It's a very good putter. It's a Yes putter. It's Pastor Louise's putter. So it should be well trained by now. And we have lines here. These squares are, looks like, are they a foot or 9 inches? But they're tile squares. And we have lines. So what we want to do, the best swing, the most consistent would be a pendulum swing. You think of a grandfather clock. Now, that'd be a great, it's going to go straight. I'm not going to pull it or push it. But how am I going to control the distance? Well, we want that same mentality. So we want to hold this very lightly. And we like to have it not out there, but pretty much, I'd like a putter if it was straight up and down. I could be right over it. But all of them, USGA in their infinite wisdom, has to have at least a 10-degree side tilt. Why? Maybe this one of the changes. So you can see, this is the way it's designed. I like it more upright. You can get about that high. But I want to get as close as I can. And now, how do I make this thing go? Well, number one, I set my body in a very contrived, locked-in motion, because we don't need power, we need accuracy and consistency. So this is, the most accurate base would be a tripod, 3-legged base. I only have 2 legs, so I want to get as solid as possible. So I'm doing this flexion, and this is just one way to do it. It's not written in stone, but it's works very good for my students and myself. So now this is locked in place. Now it's just a matter of, see, my thumbs aren't even, they're touching, but they're not doing anything. So it's just a little shoulder rock, and so I set up, I always get behind, get my sight line, walk in, set this square. Now I preset my body, and I want to have this arch down. This is angular momentum. I want it down cocked. I don't want it like that. I want it like that. So that locks that wrist in place. And the same with this. It's like shooting down the floor. Bang, bang. Now my wrists are not going to go all floppy. So now I set here, and it's just a matter of bringing it back, how much energy I want to create. And that would be a nice ginger 5-foot roll. If I want it longer, I'll hit it longer. So that's one way. Of course, there are other ways. You can lock it on your forearm. You can lock it, this is possible to do this way. There's a broom, put it on your chest. You're not allowed to anchor it, but this is just going, there's a million ways, but you have to find out how to get stable and how to repeat. So this is on you. So repetition is the mother of all learning. 80% of your shots we hit from the green. We have 36 putts. But if you can have 26, which would be the norm for the PGA, I think you'd save 10 strokes right there. So that, you can really excel. And you can do this at home. So you can, if you have a carpet. Oh, I wanted to show you my high-tech low spin ball. This is an 8.5 by 11 copy sheet. Now I fold it, paper fold up. So by the way, Pastor, there was a magazine. I had to wait for my wife's medication, to $18 historical magazine, the Dead Sea Scrolls. I was fascinated. And they found one of them was 70 feet rolled up long, but they had some of it come in pieces. They had this, man, and all the Bibles, every Bible is there except Esther. It's amazing to me. That's the Dead Sea. It's right on the shores of that's the lowest altitude, dry and preserved. So anyway, this is not papyrus. They used animal skins, and a lot of it. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I could do a whole. I'm going to show you how. This is very, very calculated. You see how this goes? You want to get really tight. Now, that's about the size of a golf ball. So now you can do this inside. I won't do damage here. I won't scare the dog. I won't, it only goes 12 feet, average. All you need is something aimed. At my house, we have 10 pine trees, pine cones all over the backyard. I have great things to practice. I have my pitching wedge propped up against the outside of my door. I grab it, go to a pine cone. I go in there. Don't take a lot of time. I want to clear that pine tree. I set my body. I want my toe heel thing. I want to go, and while we're going, I want to skip the rock. I want my right ear down. I don't want to come out. So I want this. Hey, it went dead straight. How'd that happen? That's 35 feet. What do you think? Hold the applause. Cheers. It's been fun sharing my knowledge, and you've been a great audience, and thank you guys for the facility. Cheers, later, peace. Thanks.